Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. We're going to get into a little signs and symbols message. So we'll pay close attention to any other little details in this, but this is kind of a broad message at the same time. We may have somebody who literally sees someone in religious gowning. This could be a bishop. This could be somebody from a Catholic order, perhaps. I know this looks like a cardinal, honestly, but could be Catholic, could be oh gosh, Greek Orthodox. But we somebody's passing by, a monk, a nun, somebody in like an obvious like religious, maybe seeing the I can't think of what it's called right now, but a priest's collar. This is the Hierophant card. So there's a symbol coming in that could be first visually, somebody could see an image of an individual. This could be a photo or somebody actually like passing by someone, looking at them and seeing them and going like, oh wow, they're dressed in full, you know, um, proper attire for giving a service or a wedding or something along those lines. But that message that goes along with this, that little symbol or that sign, may just indicate that someone is really connected to their higher self. Now, this we could have a strong Taurus who is receiving that message, but if they see an image of some like religious or spiritual practitioner, that could indicate like, oh, it's a let me think, let me connect to my higher self. There's a message coming in from my higher self to me. It doesn't have to be a religious message, right? It's just the Hierophant can be matters of faith, things that we believe in. I personally am not religious. I have my own kind of mishmash of belief systems, I suppose, of like perhaps a more spiritual view of things. I think whatever you believe in, if it makes you a better, kinder person, more fair, more balanced, then awesome, great thing to believe in, if it makes us better, kinder, more generous people. So I just say that because I want everyone to know you are most welcome here, regardless of what you believe in or don't believe in. It matters not at all to me, as long as we're all doing our best, right? We have a Five of Pentacles, and coupled with the Six of Pentacles. So first off, somebody could see five and then six pennies, or several coins or something like that, scattered about. I'm literally picturing somebody has it like in the something is spilled out in the back of their car, or under the couch. Somehow we all have change that is in our couch, even if we were like, I've never had pennies and nickels and dimes in my pockets that I can think of, yet someone could be like doing a little bit of cleaning and finding that, or finding it scattered on the ground. But that seems to be indicating like generosity. So if there's a message coming in through one's higher self, this is the reminder to like be more alert, pay attention to what the message from the higher self is. And it has to do with sorrow or loss being replaced by shared energy and generosity. So this could be a message for our lead character about, have I been feeling really down in the dumps? Have I been feeling really sad? Am I in need of someone's either, caring or assistance? Or do I need to ask somebody for, like, hey, I can I talk? I need to just get this off my chest. You're the person I needed to come talk to. This is like, reach out to your sibling, reach out to your family member, reach out to the best friend. We all have moments where we need somebody. But on the flip side, it could also be, have I been sensing or thinking about somebody in the back of my mind lately? Is there somebody who needs my help? I don't know. I feel like a character might be inspired to like call on a friend, call on, either for their assistance or to offer assistance to another. It could also be about a lover. If I keep thinking about somebody, even if it's an ex or someone that I still care about though, and I'm just sensing that maybe they come to my mind a lot. I don't know if somebody's going to drive by like a marquee, some kind of a movie theater, some kind of a billboard, and there's like, sometimes it's like an advertisement or something that's been plastered on the side of a bus, or like I say, like a big sign or billboard standing by a highway, or by a business. But something could be written on a billboard like that. It could be something that's up in lights, so it could be like a music venue or a performing arts venue that somebody like walks by, drives by. But it could have like the name of the very person that our character is thinking of, or some message on it. Sometimes businesses just put out like uplifting messages on their reader boards, but that too, there could be a sign in that connects to this story. That's like, I am thinking about that person that I care about. I am thinking about, being generous with someone, or I am thinking about, it is wise to reach out when we could really use a hug. It is wise to reach out to people when we feel like we need we need a little something. It keeps feeling like, going back to the coins, I'm thinking that somebody needs to give their 2 cents to somebody. They need to share their ideas, opinions with another person, because it would be uplifting. And, sometimes we need our friends to ground us, and sometimes we ground our friends. Or again, if this is about a lover. Here we have two people that are gold panning, but I'm actually picturing somebody who's like, I don't know if they work in a kitchen or an industrial, like cafeteria or something where there would be like large bowls. But I'm actually picturing it like stainless steel bowls. Somebody might be like dishwashing or cleaning, or I don't really picture food prep necessarily. It's more the cleanup afterwards that I'm picturing, for whatever reason. But big, large, like mixing bowls, several silver bowls, something along those lines. Not necessarily gold panning, even though that's what we see here. Someone could have a gold, like kind of a unique ring, not just like a standard gold band, but something that has like a weird chunky, not a gem on it, but just like an all metal kind of chunky ring or something. It's definitely a ring that I see in my mind's eye, but it could be like maybe it's a piece of pyrite, fool's gold, or maybe it is like a chunky piece of, like a little piece of gold. It's like, oh, my grandfather found this and set it into a ring. It's, it's not worth that much perhaps, but it's just a fleck, but it's really important. It's something near and dear to me. It just feels like somebody has nuggets of wisdom to share, has something more valuable than gold, which is togetherness, sharing, reaching out to other people. There's some reason that our character is being reminded to like be generous with sending people good vibes, sharing knowledge with people, checking on the people that we love, making sure they're doing okay. Or likewise, if we need a little bit of help, reach out, when we feel like, God, I really need to talk to them. I need to call my mom. You know what? I'm going to sit down and call my mom. Like whatever this is, it just says this is a gentle nudge to do that. Now, if this is about a lover, and the reason I go to it when we see the Six of Pentacles, if this is about a lover, it may be that our character is Two of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse. Instead of looking somebody up online, this says unblock and maybe take real action. Maybe for whatever reason, it's like, hey, I've been thinking about you. Hang on. I got Milli Vanilli in my head. I knew it from the start. You would break my heart. You had me wrapped around your little baby finger. Now I'm sitting here and wasting my time. I just don't know what I should do. It's a tragedy for me to see the dream is over. Girl, I'm going to miss you. I don't know. It's not that I feel like this is a song that is the way it is. It's not like, oh, I'm going to be missing this person. I feel like it's already been the song for this or something. Or somebody's hearing like 80s tracks, awesome 80s music. Let's be honest. I don't care who sang that song. I just loved the music that was produced under the name Milli Vanilli. We all know they were lip syncing. But there could also be, because there is an element there of, I'm not going to say deception, but like something isn't what it was chalked up to be, but maybe the emotions were still there, just like the song's still great, right? Whoever sings it, it's amazing music. But I do feel like there must have been some kind of subterfuge, some kind of something hidden. And it's like, but I still can't help it. That the emotions were real, even if not everything else was real. I know that they cared about me and I genuinely cared about them. And if they're ever in trouble, I still care enough about them. They're popping in my mind. I'm seeing these synchronicities that remind me of them. I got to reach out. I got to. This just feels like if that's what a character keeps thinking about, instead of saying, I'm thinking about them, but I'm still got them blocked. I'm not going to unblock them. I'm just going to spy on them and see how it seems like they're doing. This says there's no point in doing things halfway or, insisting I'm not really going to offer, my real emotions to somebody or touch base with them, even though I'd like to. It says you may as well just do the kind thing that you're really thinking about doing. So it doesn't have to be about an ex or a lover. It could just be like friends or, sometimes siblings get in fights and it gets awkward and it's like, we've been in a fight and we haven't made up yet. So I'm not really going to reach out to them, except I keep thinking about them. So I'm going to spy on them and see what they're doing online. It kind of feels like there's no point in doing the spying when the true emotions are already written all over, which is, I actually really care about this person, and somehow I know they really care about me, despite whatever problems we endured together. We have got the Strength card. This really, everything here keeps pushing and nudging the idea that possibly this is a good day to heal a rift. This is a good day to just say, what came before, the problems that we endured, sometimes our conflict is lesser than the fact that I still care about you. And when I keep thinking about you and I worry about you and I want to make sure you're okay, this is just kind of one of those days where we could get a relationship back on track. If somebody listens to that intuition and just reaches out to the person that they are obviously heavily thinking about. Somebody could be taking a shower and their like cat comes in and like walks around their legs while they're still dripping wet and undressed. We may also have, it could be a dog too, but obviously we have a lion here, so a lioness specifically. But I feel like somebody's cat like watches them dress, watches them shower. You know how cats are kind of like, you know, they contemplate. They're like, you know, it's easy if you just lick your fur, but I don't know why these humans do it this way. You know, cats are so funny, and so pets in general are like very contemplative of us weird humans and our strange human behaviors. But I feel like Aries knows what shoes, if I go to put on certain shoes, he knows that, oh, those are walking shoes, so we must be going on a walkie. It's really quite funny that his little face lights up and he's all excited when he sees me go for the heavier hiking boots. He's amazing. But I'm picturing more somebody who's like, cat is, you know, rubbing up on them, and it's like, okay, now I've got your fur stuck to my, you know, wet skin on my legs, but oh well. It's just there's just another side note where somebody really wants to be close to another person. It's like, I don't care if you get your fur on me, that's okay. I don't care, because the bond is what's being shown here. The togetherness, the closeness. Somebody could also like have a cat that is like kept safe, like in a catio or something. Like if there's a danger in the outdoors, maybe they have like a fenced in, you know, like cat hotel or something on their front porch or back patio or something to make sure their cat, you know, stays safe. I know we got one for the kittens when they were little. It's just so hawks can't get to them and stuff, and they didn't run out in front of, you know, delivery men and stuff like that when they were too little. But it just kind of feels like somebody either can see where the cages are, or they walk by some kind of chain link fence. This could be near a zoo, or it could just be a chain link fence or something nearby, and they see an animal on the other side that comes up to get pet. It keeps feeling like all these images show there's separation, and yet there's this desire to be together. That's what, anytime we see a fence, but then we have people cuddling, or in this case, a lioness cuddling with a human, it's like, I can't help it. I really want to be near you. It doesn't really matter. The strength of our bond is bigger than the argument. I would much rather still have you in my life. That's what this whole storyline feels like. It's a day to reconnect with somebody, and it might be happening at a moment where I think whomever our lead character is, and this could be a masculine, right? We have that Hierophant first. This could be a masculine who realizes, I know maybe she doesn't want to talk to me because we had an argument or something, but God, she's on my mind so much. I can't help it. I got to talk to her. I don't know if somebody's name has an E in it, starts with an E, like Elise or something along those lines. There's just some kind of a prolonged like E sound. I don't know what that is. It could be like a brandy or something like that. But I think this is his story. Everything keeps showing him like symbols of her, things that make him think of her, things that, you know, it's like, even if we've had problems, even if I think she's blocked me, I still should reach out, because truly, I just need to know she's okay. She matters to me, even if she doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Because he's the one standing here also, like bringing in the gold nugget. I really think that this is a relationship that somebody doesn't really want to let it be over. And I would say she matters too much to him. And it's just really like zapping him right now today. Like, I need to make sure she's okay. Yeah, we have the Magician. Again, we bookends. We have masculine energy here. He may find an excuse, because this is the Magician. He's come to town to sell his magical elixir. He may find an excuse. Maybe that's why we had like the, you know, a little bit of the Milli Vanilli aspect of, you know, someone else was actually singing the song, but still a great song. You know, he may find a pretense to reach out to her, but truly the meaning behind it is still true. I do really want to talk to you. I do really miss you, even if I'm reaching out to pretend that I accidentally called your number. But hey, how are you since I've got you on the line? You know, it just feels like he may come up with a false reason to do this, but he's going to do it anyway. I don't know if there's like literally a circus that has come to town, or if somebody is by like a food cart or something getting lunch, and they either, I don't know why this sounds so specific, but they could be getting some kind of like food item from a food cart, and either the title, you know, sometimes restaurants and food carts like come up with cutesy names for stuff. Maybe they work at a food cart, but either like the name is, you know, like a catchy little phrase that is something that he has said to her before, and it's like, oh my God, this is my sign. I straight up need to go ahead and call her. This is like a sign directly. Universe, I get it. You just literally showed me a sentence that she and I used to say to each other. I'm calling her. I am reaching out to her. Or maybe it's even like somebody that they're overhearing conversation of, or somebody that they're talking to as they're, you know, at this food cart or something. Maybe there's something that pops up, some unexpected, you know, nugget of wisdom that they overhear somebody else say, you know, something that just inspires them. This really feels like, now I know I have to go ahead and do this. By the way, we do have this big old wine barrel or keg here. I don't know if that has any bearing. Somebody could have like a table that they made out of a wine barrel or something. And we have little strung lights too. So this, he may think about calling her all day and doesn't do it until the evening, but it's like all day he keeps getting these signs like, I got to reach out to her. I got to reach out to her. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if she doesn't want to hear from me. I just have to reach out and know that she's okay, because I really, really care about her. This is just the day to just go ahead and say it. All right, I'm going to leave this one here. You guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.